I'm still itching for that MLS Cup. If you don't play for championships or for winning, silverware, I mean, what's kind of the point, right? Yeah, it is a new look, definitely. I'm just excited to get the season started.
Alejandro Bedoya, season 11 with the Philadelphia Union. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's season 11 for number 11. It's been a long journey. I've really enjoyed everything about, playing for this club, being part of the city. I've been loving being a part of the Philadelphia Union.
When you started your soccer career, did you ever think that you would spend over a decade in one place with one club?
No, I never thought that. I think it's really, really rare actually for a player to spend, so long in one club, in one place. But, Philly has been our new home, right? We've really embraced it. The people in and around the city have really embraced us as well. And, 11 years here, it's incredible.
Coming off a Supporters Shield winning campaign, that was a really special night at Subaru Park. Why did you make the decision to come back and play another year after that?
Yeah, look, I think last year was successful. We had a Supporters Shield and we made it deep into the playoffs. We didn't get the MLS Cup, but that's the itch that kept driving me to pursue one more season. I think the club still needed some. It needs some, veteran experience leadership, to help with the young kids, the new players coming in. And, I think I still have legs that can move. And so I know I can help the team out in different ways. I think even last year throughout the season, I kind of really embraced my role, whether it was stepping in when we had to have guys out due to international break or coming in late to maybe change the game or close out a game. I know I can still have some impact to the team, and then with the fact that I've been here so long and use my experience and my leadership qualities, I think that's helpful to such a young team and a lot of academy players coming in through homegrowns, new younger players. I think that really helped me come to a moment where I was like, okay, I can still have a significant impact on this team and for this club. I'm still itching for that MLS Cup, and we were so close last season. We had a heck of a run. Doubted, early on. There's nobody that had predicted that we were going to win the Supporters Shield and have such a strong season like we did. And I think that's similar to this season. But I see the energy now and here in Spain, the couple weeks we've been here, the enthusiasm and energy from the young guys, the new players. And I know there's going to be more signings to come as well, too. So I'm just excited to get the season started and see what we can do this season.
You talk about that itch for the MLS Cup. Is that a shared sentiment among the group?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that has to be. If you don't play for championships or for winning, silverware, I mean, what's kind of the point, right? The fact that we were so close last season, you could see, you could hear a pin drop in that locker room last season when we got upset, at home and lost that game. That really hit hard for some of the guys. And I knew some of the first days coming back here, the talk was like, hey, we want to get this. A lot of guys would say, we want to do this for you, win this for you, and that's fine, that's great. But I think overall the sentiment is like, we want to go for it. And I think our style of play is one that, it's kind of like rock and roll, heavy metal, in your face, really Philly, It's really true Philly. And I think the guys are going to be up for the task again, and hopefully we can, fight our way all the way to the MLS Cup.
Now in the off season, was there any conversation with anyone in particular, maybe a coach, maybe a fellow teammate, maybe your wife, that kind of backed you up on your decision to come back and go for this again?
Yeah, I had a lot of conversations. I mean, obviously with the coaching staff, with Bradley, we sat down and they obviously expressed their interest in keeping me on board for several reasons, right? And then the wifey, talked to her a little bit. She, as we think about our future plans and our family plans, I think she, with the fact that the World Cup is going to be here this summer, I think it's an exciting time to be an active soccer player, especially when all eyes are going to be on soccer, our sport, on the league throughout this season. And then, other discussions about the fact that it's, we're going to be in Champions Cup, we're going to be in Leagues Cup this season. So
busy year.
It's a busy year, but that adds to all the excitement, and it was something that I wanted to, continue on.
So let's flash forward to this season. Start of this year, training camp is underway. We're in week 3 of preparations for the 2026 season, 1 in Chester and then 2 here in Marbella. from your perspective, what have you seen from this group of guys? It's a new look group with a couple of new faces.
Yeah, it is a new look, definitely. I think some fans, obviously, we're going to see a completely different starting group, if you will, almost, with some of the turnover. But I think that should get fans excited as well to see what the new guys are capable of, what the new young guys now having maybe, another season under the belt with the first team training and all the improvements they've made. So, early on in preseason, it's up to the staff and players like myself to make sure that the new players get familiar and acquainted with, the philosophy of play, the style of play, our principles of play. I think what I've seen so far is a group that's energetic, enthusiastic. The new guys coming in, I think, have settled in just fine so far. And it's up to some of the new guys to step up and become, more leaders, I guess, just with some of the guys that have left. I think it's all just about gelling with each other and finding that off the field camaraderie, I love speaking about the culture because I think that translates into how we perform on the field and how we fight for each other and how we represent Philly.
So you mentioned the leadership. You've worn the captain's armband for quite some time. You're Cappy. But now this year, there is some opportunity for young guys to step up into a bigger role, like you mentioned. Has there been any voices that have stood out to you so far?
Yeah, look, Andre's obviously another guy that's a well-respected veteran within the team, a true leader there. I think naturally, recently, Nathan obviously is another guy that's now been here. I don't even know how many years he's been here now, but he's now considered a vet. And I expect guys like even Quinn Sullivan, he's injured, but with his play on the field, he lead by example by his play and also, finding his own voice within the team and with the young guys seeing how he developed and has grown from a homegrown player into a very quality first team player. But I'll even say even a new guy coming in like Jaffe Larson, right? Guy that I believe has worn the captain's armband abroad, where he was at Brann in Norway. I see him as somebody also that with his experience and once he gets a little bit more comfortable, to have a center back that's leading in the back line, someone like him could be someone that takes a more of a leadership role.
You mentioned it briefly, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It's quickly approaching. Can you talk about how important it is to you and what it's going to mean for the city?
Yeah, it's a World Cup stateside is incredible. I think I just remember a little kid, 94 World Cup, how much that had an impact on me, and the inspiration that a lot of those countries and teams had played throughout that World Cup, and I know it's going to have the same effect this time around. Having played in one in 14 in Brazil, it was just an incredible experience, right? And I don't think Philly fans or people can truly grasp about what's going to ascend to the city, what's going to happen. But just the excitement. We got a little bit of a preview with the Club World Cup coming this previous summer. So just imagine that, probably every day, the type of countries that are coming to play in Philly and all their fan bases and their following, and even the countries that are not playing in Philly. I'm sure they're going to come through Philly to visit. There's so much history in the city of Philadelphia. It's just going to be incredible impact for the city of Philadelphia.
You played a big role in helping Philadelphia become a host city. You were part of the bid committee. For you, what has it been like to watch the ramp up to this event and watch everything unfold over the past couple of months in a big way?
Yeah. I mean, I'll say I played a small little role, I wasn't obviously active on the day-to-day things, but it was just, I really thank the Philly 2026, World Cup team to include me in as a co-chair. Philly's hosted some huge events, the Papal visit, the NFL draft, so they know how to put on a show. We know as Americans, us Americans know how to put a show, and the World Cup is going to be the best ever, and it's going to just be amazing. And as a soccer fan and a soccer player, I'm just excited for more and more people in the mainstream, who maybe aren't really truly soccer fans, to see how passionate soccer fans truly are, and how beautiful the sport is and how amazing it is, and win over even more fans so that the next generation can grow up in a way where soccer is really more mainstream.
We'll close it with this. Philadelphia fans, soccer lovers, the city in general, why should they lock in to soccer in 2026?
Why should they lock in? It's the world's game for a reason. It's the most followed sport and most popular sport in the world, and I'm looking forward to Philadelphia seeing what soccer and soccer fans are really all about. And I think Philly fans will appreciate how passionate soccer fans, and like we said, this Club World Cup this summer, soccer fans take it up a notch. You know, they take it to a whole nother level, and I think they'll truly, really appreciate that and love the kind of the atmospheres and the vibes. And I'm sure I'll see Philly fans dancing in the streets with those with the fans from Africa and from South America. It's a spectacle. So I think they'll have a new appreciation for the sport.
Union fans need to show them how it's done.
And Union fans need to show them how it's done. Yeah, all the fans, how they get loud, how they don't stop singing for 90 minutes. You know, it ain't just about going and grab a soda and your chips and popcorn and enjoying a game. You got to be a part of it. It's a vibe.
Do you have a message for those Union fans?
First of all, before the World Cup starts, make sure you get behind our team, support all the young guys, the new players as much as you can, and then enjoy yourselves this summer. Summer's going to be epic.
It's a big year, Ali. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes,
Thank you.
me too.